Well, you know, Charlie and I have been wrangling bees all day today, and I come back up to the Abbey and the honey house and check this out. Let's see if we can get them in there. Look at this. I don't think that this little box was big enough for them, so I'm gonna have to pull these girls out, the frames out, because I put 5 frames in that one. Let me see, did I put 5 in that one or just 1 in that one? Oh my gosh. So this is the one that I put 5 frames into, and on this box I only put 1 frame in that box. So oh my goodness, I'm gonna have a mess in there. I'm gonna grab another 10 frame box, see if I can get these girls to start going in that and add some more frames into that. Oh my goodness. That is just too cool. Thank you, Jesus. Woo! I don't know how all this is going to work. So we're going to try to get the bees to move from this location. Now remember, I said there aren't any frames in this box, in this little nuke box right here. So I'm just going to try to scoop these bees up and set them into this box right here, and then that'll be enough. I mean, we got bees underneath it, and I might have to go put on my suit. I don't know. We'll see. But I want to get the bees to come in here. In fact, let me go get my bee suit on, and that way I can lift the lid, because then I can get that whole lid in there. Let me go get that on right now. That should help things, having a suit on where I don't have to worry about getting stung up so much. So we're going to move a couple more of these frames. And I'm just going to grab some of these bees and put them into the box. I got a solid bottom board on this one. This is a really large swarm right here. And I am looking for my queen as I'm doing this. With all the bees on the outside of the box like this, there's a good chance she is still on the outside. There's a lot of bees. I sure would have loved seeing this swarm move in. Alright, let's lift the lid off. See if I can set the lid right in there and scrape the bees off at that point and see how many bees are inside of our box. Because that's the real question. Let's see. That lid is heavy, so they're festooning on it, I think. Look at that. Look at this. Unbelievable. This is a massive swarm. This is the single frame that I have in the box, and there's a chance that that queen is going to be on this frame. So I'm going to look and see. I didn't see her. I'm not surprised. Let's look in the box. Let me show you what's inside of the box. That's a lot of bees. We're going to set this right here. Scrape these down first. And then we're going to just set this on the ground and let them walk up. Here, see if she's outside here. Those bees were so thick, there's no way I could see if she was in it. Well, that's good enough. I'm going to go ahead and just put these 2 frames back in there, and now we'll have 10 frames in the box, and I'm going to put the inner cover on there, not all the way, but somewhat on the way, so that the bees that are flying around, they can still get down into it. But I'm going to need another box just for this swarm, because they're going to fill this one up, no problem. Place the inner cover gently on them, and then we'll check back you know, 20, 30 minutes. I still got to go take care of the cutout that I just did. So let me go do that, and we'll come back and check on these. I'm not believing it. Look at this. Thank you, Jesus. Look at that. Well, so what happened is when I emptied out the handfuls of bees, and I thought for sure I was going to dump her in the box. And I kept looking in this box with my flashlight, and sure enough, I saw her. And it took me almost 5 minutes to catch her because there's still a bunch of bees in here. But we got her. So I'm just going to put her right on the top of the box, and man, all of these bees are just going to go to her, and we can get this thing cleaned up. Man, oh man, I need to go get a rubber band around it first, so let me go do that. All right, now she's in a rubber band. I ain't worried about her getting out. Let's just set her up here, and she'll call in the rest of them, and we'll pick this up after a while, right? Look at that. Look at them running to mama, huh? There you go. So that's going to call all of those bees down to our box where we can then move it. Whew, thank you, Jesus. We're just about done. Alright, so I just want to get these boxes attached so that when I move them, I don't have to separate that bottom board from them. So I'm just going to screw them together. Got them together. So now I've got my box hooked onto my bottom board. I'm going to lift it up now and just move it right over there and let the bees get situated on that side. Golly, this is a heavy box. So that's all I've moved it right there. And all these bees that are around here, they're going to eventually migrate their way over here because our queen's over there. So I'm going to go get another box because this box isn't big enough, and I'm going to add that one to this one. It's not total chaos, it's a lot of chaos in here. We have too many bees in this box. So I need to add another super to it. But not only going to add a super, I'm also going to put in there 5 frames of honey. in there as well to really make sure these girls get a good start. I'm going to put these 5 frames in on this side of the box, and I'll have a big space down there where I'm going to just take my queen and place her into that. So let's see how I've got to figure this thing out, because I don't want to remove those bees, but I don't want to do that. So let me get another little box, another box, so I can set this lid on it, so then I can put this on top of there. You'll see what I'm doing. Now, this box is just so that I can put the lid on it and leave all those bees on it. And then after that, I'll get this box, put it on top of that box, and then add the frames of honey in it, and then drop our queen down at the bottom and then shake all those bees down. Let's see how that's going to play out for us. And we're going to see a lot of bees in this box. I mean, this is, oh my gosh, this has got to be a 40,000 bee swarm right here. So we put our lid right there. Now we're going to put this box right on top. Now we're going to take our queen and we're going to put her on the bottom. I want her on the bottom. Get the bees to go down. Now we're going to put our frames of honey in there. Since this one has a little bit empty space, I'll leave that. Maybe she wants to lay in it right away. All right. Got the frames in there. Now, I'm simply going to bounce this lid inside of there. Put it on there. Man, that's just so cool. Then I'm going to shake these bees off of here as well, but I'm going to do that in the front of the box. But anyway, these girls are good to go for now. Because some people aren't going to like the way I do this, but the hive that Charlie and I just took out of the house this morning, the queen died. Well, the bees are still here, and so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try to, because we have all this chaos in the air right now, and these girls are pretty much in the state of chaos as well, they ought to merge together nicely. So let's see if my theory about them merging together nicely is going to pan out. So what I want to do is I want to get all of these bees right here. I want them to get up in the air. And when I open up this, all these bees will get up in the air. And hopefully we're going to get them to come down here. That's the plan, but let's see how the plan works. Alright, you want to get the bees up in the air. In fact, I'd like to get the bees over there in the air as well, because as soon as I open this up, these bees are going to be in the air. And hopefully, see if we can just lay them right here. Remember, their queen is dead. And there's, I don't know, 10,000 bees in this bee bag. Look, that's all I just dumped. I've still got a bunch more. Let's get them up in the air and see what happens. Everybody is running down into the hole. It's one big happy family. Alright, I'm going to give these girls a chance to rest, and I'll come back and show you what's going on. Things have calmed down significantly. It's pretty much over with. I mean, it's been 45 minutes, so everything looks pretty good to me. The bees that were over there, they're almost all gone. You see they're still flying around, but they're flying around and they're going to find this spot right here. So I'm going to go ahead and close it up. I'll remove the lid, bounce these bees into the box, and then place the telescoping cover on top of it. Remember, our queen is still down there in the bottom, and that's where I'll pull her out in about 2 or 3 days and release her. Let's get all those bees in there. There's our cover on it. And now our telescoping cover. Well, I got to say, that was a very, very interesting way to close my day today. And I'm really happy we got those bees into this box. That's all I got for you. So thanks for watching. Keep on watching. I will be making more. God bless. Mr. Red, I'm out here until the next video.